Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
6:55 on Wall Street. Time to take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. And we're joined by Bloomberg's Valerie Teitel. And we just heard Michael do the story, but I was shocked actually to learn that Amazon Web Services controls about a third of the cloud market. So that's like, you better have a backup if something goes wrong there. How's that stock performing?
Hey, we're in the red. We're hovering near session lows when it comes to pre-market. Amazon down 0.2%, notably underperforming the rest of the Mag 7, which is decently in the green on the day. We have NASDAQ futures up 0.3%. But this is after, as you mentioned, widespread internet issues. Amazon is the world's largest cloud provider. It has given an update in the last 20 minutes saying that operations are back to normal, but it impacted a dozen of platforms, including things like Snapchat, Coinbase, Perplexity, Robinhood, and even Verizon. So we are on a back foot when it comes to those Amazon shares this morning. Yeah,
the thing I learned today was you better have a backup, even if, you have them as your service provider. Boeing, what's going on there? Flying higher, 1.7% higher in the pre-market for Boeing shares. This comes off the back of a highly speculated move that the FAA is now allowing Boeing to raise the production of its 737 jet airliners to 42 jets a month to be exact. Now, this is a crucial step up for Boeing as it's attempting a path to recovery following a series of crises with the 737. Remember, it was back in January of 2024 that the door blew out on the Alaska Airlines flight, and the FAA after that had placed safety inspectors at Boeing's factory and then limited production of the plane. Now, the FAA said on Friday that the higher production rate won't change how it's currently monitoring Boeing's manufacturing or the company's push to strengthen its safety culture. So those inspectors will continue to work at Boeing's facilities, but production looks like it could be ramping up for Boeing and their 737s. And then at the intersection of energy and artificial intelligence, we find Liberty Energy. Yes, I don't know who they are. What do they do?
Well, they traditionally are an oil fracking company, but not only now do we have Bitcoin miners jumping into the data center trade, we now have oil frackers joining the party. So Liberty Energy, the stock jumped 28% on Friday. It's another 7% higher in pre-market, and this is on the back of them rapidly expanding their power generation business. They outlined a plan for a 1 gigawatt power capacity target through 2027. That is to power oil drillers and, most importantly, data center developers.
Okay, I'm betting there's no connection with artificial intelligence, but beyond meat, what's going on there?
Well, the move this morning is maybe beyond comprehension, John. The share price has risen 62%. It is now becoming the retail meme stock du jour as the focus turns to this beleaguered penny stock. It is the most actively traded stock on the U.S. exchange this morning, and this comes after the stock dropped around 70% last week after a debt swap deal wiped out a lot of shareholder value, but retail traders see it as possibly the next short squeeze target.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.